She was 31 years old. She had just gotten engaged to the man she called the love of her life. She was on a luxury island vacation in Zanzibar, Tanzania, and 4 days later, she was gone. Her name was Ashlee Robinson. You knew her online as Ashlee Jenae, 145,000 followers on Instagram. A lifestyle content creator from New Jersey who built a following by sharing her real life, her style, her joy, her journey. But on April 9th, 2026, hotel staff at the Zuri Hotel found her unresponsive in her room after getting no answer at the door. She was rushed to a hospital. She never woke up. And the questions that followed, they rocked her entire community. Here is what I need you to understand about this case. It was not a simple story. There was a fight. There was a missing engagement ring. There was a fiancé whose passport was seized by police. A family who found out their daughter was dead. From the hotel, not from him. And a digital trail that investigators say told a very different story than what anyone on the outside could see. Today, after months of investigation, Tanzanian authorities have released their official findings. And we are going to break down every detail because Ashlee Robinson deserves for her story to be told completely and correctly. What happened inside that hotel room? Why did police hold her fiancé's passport for weeks? And what did investigators find on her phone that changed everything? Stay with me. We are going to cover all of it. Before we get into the investigation, I need you to know who this woman was, because she was more than a headline. Ashlee Robinson grew up in New Jersey. She built her brand, Ashlee Jenae, from the ground up, sharing lifestyle content, fashion, personal updates, and her life with her online community. 145,000 followers on Instagram is not small. That is a real loyal audience that genuinely loved her. Her father, Harry Robinson, described her this way. She's always smiling. She loved being in front of the camera. Her mother, Yolanda Denise Endres, said she, appeared to be thriving. They were in a gorgeous place in Africa and happy, she told CBS News in the days after Ashlee's death. This was supposed to be the best trip of her life. She was celebrating her 31st birthday, and she was about to get engaged. That is the woman we are talking about. That is the life that was lost. So here is the setup. Ashlee and her boyfriend, Joe McCann, traveled to Zanzibar, Tanzania, to celebrate her 31st birthday at the Zuri Hotel, a luxury resort. During the trip, Joe proposed. She said yes, they were engaged. And then, according to Tanzanian police, something went wrong. Investigators revealed that hotel staff had to physically separate the couple after a major argument broke out between them. Police said McCann was placed in a separate room for their safety. That is the language authorities used. Now here is where it gets critical. Ashlee was found unresponsive in her room on April 8th. Hotel staff got no response when they knocked during a routine evening check. They entered the room and found her. She was taken to a hospital. She died on April 9th, 2026. She was 31 years old. She had been engaged for only a matter of days. Now, this is the part that broke everyone's heart and the part that sent this story viral. When Ashlee died, her family in New Jersey did not hear from Joe McCann first. They found out their daughter was dead from the hotel. Her mother said McCann had called to say, Ashlee was in the hospital, but gave almost no details. And then by the family's account, communication went dark. Her father, Harry Robinson, told CBS News directly, the fiancé did not reach out to us at all. We found out from the hotel. That's devastating when your daughter's halfway around the world, he said. Nothing about it makes sense. It just doesn't add up. Her sister went public saying Ashlee had been happy and so ready to take the next steps with Joe. Meanwhile, Tanzanian police had seized McCann's passport and were questioning him as part of their investigation. They made clear at the time that he was not suspected of wrongdoing, but he could not leave the country while the case was open. For weeks, the family pushed for answers. For weeks, the internet pushed for answers. And for months, there was nothing official. This is where the official investigation takes a turn that nobody was ready for. The Zanzibar police force turned this case over to its criminal investigation department. Investigators reviewed witness statements. They reviewed communication devices belonging to both Ashlee and Joe McCann. And what they found in those devices became the center of their final ruling. According to Zanzibar Deputy Director of Criminal Investigations, Zuri Hotel, who spoke publicly at a press conference on June 4th, 2026, investigators found text messages Ashlee had sent to family and friends in the weeks leading up to her death. Those messages, he said, showed repeated complaints about her life circumstances. Some of those messages, investigators said, appeared to be farewell texts, but that was not all. Authorities also recovered searches from Ashlee's devices, including a ChatGPT query she allegedly made in March 2026, a full month before her death, asking how much Valium would kill me. That is the detail that stopped the internet cold. Chambera stated that based on the totality of that evidence, the text messages, the digital searches, the physical evidence at the scene, the Zanzibar police force concluded that Ashlee Robinson died by suicide as a result of mental distress. Joe McCann was never arrested, never charged. Police stated clearly that he was cleared of any wrongdoing. Let me give you the official language so you have it clearly. The Zanzibar police force concluded its months-long investigation. The case was reviewed by the Criminal Investigation Department. Authorities stated that Ashlee was found by hotel staff suspended from the closet's clothing rail using a robe belt provided by the hotel, after staff received no response during a routine evening room check. Her immediate cause of death was listed as cerebral hypoxia caused by strangulations and suffocation. The official ruling, death by suicide as a result of mental distress. The investigation is now closed. No charges were filed against anyone. After the official ruling was released, Joe McCann broke his public silence. He had not spoken publicly about Ashlee's death in any substantive way since May 5th, when he posted briefly on X to acknowledge the loss. Following the investigation's close, he released a statement to TMZ. He said, "Today's official announcement from Tanzanian authorities that my soulmate Ashlee Robinson died by suicide does not lessen the tragedy of her death. I miss Ashlee every moment of every day, and the pain of being without her will never go away. A sudden loss of this magnitude is not something I can simply get over." He also acknowledged the investigation itself. "My priorities all along were getting Ashlee home and cooperating with the authorities to ensure that the truth would be revealed. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to the dedicated men and women of the Tanzania police force for their professional, sensitive, and thorough investigation." That was his statement in full. The Zanzibar investigation is closed. The official ruling has been delivered. But here is what I want to say, and I need you to hear this clearly. A ruling does not erase grief. A ruling does not erase the questions a family carries. A ruling does not erase the silence that her parents experienced in the worst days of their lives. Her mother, Yolanda Denise Endres, launched a GoFundMe with Ashlee's father, Harry Robinson, that raised nearly $64,000, surpassing its original $50,000 goal. That is a community showing up for a family in pain. Her family released a statement that said, "Nothing about this loss feels real. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. What we know is this: Ashlee Robinson was a 31-year-old woman who was hurting in ways that many people around her could not see. She was smiling in photos while carrying something private and heavy, and she deserved support that reached her in time. That is the truth that lives alongside the official ruling. Ashlee Robinson was more than this story. She was a daughter, a content creator, a woman her community loved, and she deserved a long, full life. I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments below. What do you think the people closest to Ashlee's missed? And how do we get better at seeing the pain that people hide behind their highlight reel? Drop your thoughts. This community always has something real to say. And if you have been following this case since April, you already know that stories like Ashlee's don't always get the coverage they deserve. This channel exists to make sure they do. If there are new developments, a family statement, legal updates, anything, you will hear about it here first. Make sure you are subscribed with the bell turned on. Rest in power, Ashlee.